Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 3 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And the Cleveland Browns. The Oklahoma product Baker Mayfield trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense.
It was so interesting in the run-up to the draft to talk with different scouts. I got one to tell me that in his notes he wrote down, Mayfield, brash, happy-go-lucky, plays the same way, barely restrained improv act that frustrates opponents and sometimes his own coaches, but produces plenty of highlights. What do you think of that?
Throwing, Mayfield steps away. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, an 80-yard touchdown, and the Browns have taken the early lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now he's back out away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Yeah, it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, Cook. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at the 34. And right away he'll look to throw. Throwing middle and it's complete. And brought down but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. First carry for Nick Chubb. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Mayfield with it once more. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run, and the Browns add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Fournette with a carry on first down, but he's not going anywhere as he's brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Intercepted. The Browns take over first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Oh, what a juke into space.
only going to be able to carry it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up.
The onside kick recovered.
So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try to work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
Brings up second and goal.
50 seconds, hey, come on out here, come on.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field,
the Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let...
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper there to make the grab. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
And that was a beautiful... ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Cook, complete to the right side. It's Eifert. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Cook from the gun on 3rd down. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Fielded at about the 28. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
1st down, Mayfield. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. coming up at halftime. I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drop, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver, and it's third down. From the gun, Cook. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Complete.
Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
And I don't think there's any question. This offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like make. Adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So first and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Cook. A pass underneath for Fournette. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Cook to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 2nd and goal, Cook, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and I think the Browns got it. They did.
Mayfield sacked. A fumble on the play, recovered by the defense.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Mayfield now after the fumble recovering. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. The 20.
I'm only going to be able to carry it
and
so far.
all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are pouring it on.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it. And extend this lead out even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
At the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Cook firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
Preseason.
yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw, Mayfield. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns continue to roll.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him start to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
7 yards there and a 1st down. From the gun, Cook. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Cook. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
So the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new center. The Browns drive about to get started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
He was covered by C.J. Henderson.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's
and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd
from the gun. Minshew to throw. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Pulled in at the 24. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
3rd down and 2.
Now Thompson. Kadero Hodge has it complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
The 42-yard line.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. off the play fake. Thompson. Flushed out right. He'll get this into the hands of Hodge. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 22 yards there, a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. Fourth down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
26-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Minshew sets to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
Tonight, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's a special Saturday night edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA's. Sports. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts.
And the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, ready to go, and we are underway from Lucas Oil Stadium. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Almost almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper down. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Austin Hooper, 41 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
2-yard line.
Jameis now on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
After the sack on first down, Winston, they'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he completes it to Hunt. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. This is brought in at the 21. Uses the spin. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. A beautiful fake. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Mayfield looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run for Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 22-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
McCrane on for the extra point.
For the point after.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Winston's pass.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken from just outside the 30.
That's it, baby.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Colts, nothing.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
First down, Cleveland.
On first down, Thompson. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. To throw again, Thompson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what kind of play calling do I have to do?
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11. Brings up
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 11. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
11-yard line.
I can't help but laugh. And the only reason is anytime the backup breaks a big one like that, he's going to be hard to deal with in film, wanting to know why he's not getting started.
Where are my reps? That's what he's thinking. Great carry there.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2.
Ben Banagoo. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
Goal.
55, my God, 55.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Browns add on to their lead.
When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2. Conversion to extend this lead.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Ball carrier. Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever. Vertical stretch, deep. And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 more yards there and another first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Thompson. Flush to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Trent Murphy able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
28, Colts nothing.
Watch now how effective they've been, how disruptive they've been in the backfield.
And what's been so difficult for the offense is that you know that they spent all week rehearsing these things, working on blitz pickups, protections, knowing where
the Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. On the ground, it's Mack. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
The ball carrier.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
From the gun, here's Brissett. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, but it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield on play action. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And it's complete. Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get Mayfield.
Brings up 2nd.
Throwing. Mayfield. And he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Always
is costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb taking it in. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Browns. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A huge play that time for the Colts. 57 yards.
15-yard line.
From the red zone now, Brissett. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Brissett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
And 7.
Here's Brissett. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
To number 81.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 5-yard.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Doris Felton there to make the grab. And the Colts are in for 6. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster? And he's into the clear. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
Nick Chubb ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominant all 3 phases. Offense, defense.
You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. An incredible
10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel it.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. There's been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brissett looking for his running back, and he's got it. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, Brissett. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Again, it's Brissett. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, it's complete.
Mayfield
trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. There he goes, right side. And now the spin. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Brissett on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Brissett. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnston. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Brissett again. This one complete into the hands of Darius Fountain. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Looks for Beckham again. This time he finds him. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand it. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible.
Tiny's Ringo. Tiny's on the Ringo. Tiny's on the Ringo.
Brissett to throw on first. This one into the hands of Burton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and...
To throw, Brissett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
57 Mike. Mike 57.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Mike 5-5. Mike 55.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. He's going to let it fly. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Tonight's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew,